What is up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. What is going on? Today is Tuesday evening, January 14th. Shout out to everybody watching. What is up? What is up? Those of you that are catching this on the live, shout out to everybody in the chat. If you're catching this on the replay, type in replay in the comment section down below. Shout out to the moderators in the chat. First off, the moderators, some of the best moderators in the business. Everybody gets a cheer. Everybody gets a cheer. What is up? What is up? All right. Today was an absolute sideshow, freak show, circus. It was Pete Hegseth's confirmation hearing. Craziness was going on. I have a couple memes to share with you guys. I have just some quick highlights and some overviews of what some other folks had to say about this hearing. We're going to dive into some Megyn Kelly, and then we're going to talk about some stuff that happened in San Francisco. The San Francisco treat. What is up, my mind? What's up, Stephanie? What is up, Bobby? Renee, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing amazing. Hope everybody had a good day today. Let's jump into this, right? The title of this, what's a jag-off, right? Honestly, this hearing was ridiculous. Ridiculous. Listen to this.
Respect for lawful authority. You have made statements to your platoon after being briefed by a JAG officer. Well, by the way, would you explain what a JAG-off is?
I don't think I need to, sir.
Why not?
Because the men and women watching understand.
Well, perhaps some of my colleagues don't understand.
It would be a JAG officer who puts his or her own priorities in front of the warfighters. Their promotions, their medals, in front of having the backs of those who are making the tough calls on the front lines.
Thank you, Senator Reid.
You, Mr. Reid, fit the ideal description of a jag-off. Oh, I cannot believe how specifically, and they do this on both sides. They do this on both sides. But the sure, utter incompetence of the way that these people asked questions and tried to box Pete Hegseth's character in, it was just mind-blowing to me. Here is a meme. Hilarious here. Here we go.
Mr. Hegseth, are you attracted to obese Hawaiian women with a below normal IQ?
No, Senator.
Mr. Hegseth, are you aware that I used the potty all by myself today?
No, Senator.
Mr. Hegseth, you seem to be pretty fertile. If confirmed, would you commit to putting a baby in me?
No, Senator.
Mr. Hegseth, are you saying under oath that you refuse to impregnate a portly Hawaiian retarded woman, even if she can use the potty all by herself? Mr. Hegseth, are you attracted to...
Oh my gosh. That was a meme, so that was a parody. Don't get your that didn't actually happen. This was a deep fake. Okay, some people on the internet are gonna be like, that didn't happen. I know it didn't happen. It's a deep fake. It was funny. I thought I'd share it because that kind of concludes how the whole scenario happened today. It was crazy to me. Crazy. Here is P. Hegseth. This is about a minute of his statement, a minute, 20 seconds of his statement.
Now, it is true and has been acknowledged that I don't
Gina
have a
in the
similar
house.
biography to defense secretaries of the last 30 years. But as President Trump also told me, we've repeatedly placed people atop the Pentagon with supposedly the right credentials, whether they are retired generals, academics, or defense contractor executives. And where has it gotten us? He believes, and I humbly agree, that it's time to give someone with dust on his boots the helm. A change agent, someone with no vested interest in certain companies or specific programs or approved narratives. My only special interest is the warfighter. Deterring wars, and if called upon, winning wars by ensuring our warriors never enter a fair fight. We let them win, and we bring them home. Like many of my generation, I've been there. I've led troops in combat. I've been on patrol for days. I've pulled a trigger downrange, heard bullets whiz by, flex-cuffed insurgents, called in close air support, led medevacs, dodged IEDs, pulled out dead bodies, and knelt before a battlefield cross. This is not academic for me. This is my life. I led then, and I will lead now.
My mic was muted. Great. Fantastic. What's up, Thomas? Hope you're doing amazing. Glad you got the internet back. Glad you got the intro net back up. Renee says, Elizabeth Warren is a waste of space, and you'll soon see why. Didn't she get a scholarship to a school because she claimed she was Native American? Miss Pocahontas, okay? Think we're owed some money back for that one, Miss Pocahontas. Fight on. Yep, absolutely. Now, here is what CNN had to say. Our favorite news source, CNN. But they said this. They said, more than likely.
Hearing from senators now that the Hegseth hearing is done.
The expectation that he will get confirmed. In fact, I just asked Senator John Thune, who's the Republican leader, the majority leader, decides the schedule of the United States Senate. I asked him about Hegseth's nomination. Thune has not said a ton about this nomination. I said, does he have any concerns about these allegations of sexual assault that Hegseth has denied but came up in today's hearing, about these allegations of misconduct and the like? And he indicated he does not. According to Thune, he said that Hegseth acquitted himself extremely well, and that he plans to move very quickly on this nomination. And it is moving quickly. We expect the Senate Armed Services Committee to have a vote as soon as Monday, Inauguration Day. That is according to the chairman of the committee, Roger Wicker, who told me that he believes that he'll get the support of all Republicans and be able to push this through.
They kept during this hearing, they kept bringing up this sexual misconduct situation. Okay. That whole case is garbage. That woman that they're referring to, she went to go help him, but she was at the hotel with her husband, with her kids. She was like, I'm gonna get Pete Hegseth. I'm gonna go get him. And she helped him to his room. She got a little undressed. She was like, yo, you want to do something? It's like, husband found out. Husband was like, oh no. You're gonna file actual misconduct charges or forced entry, right? But she was over there escorting him to his room with her husband in the same hotel and her kid in the same hotel. Garbage. Anyways. This was an interesting clip regarding women who serve in combat. And he was speaking about the artillery weapons.
Because in those ground combat roles,
You're right.
what
it
is
takes
true
two to tango.
is that the weight of the ruck on your back doesn't change. The weight of the 155 round that you have to carry doesn't change. The weight of the 240 Bravo machine gun you might have to carry doesn't change. And so whether it's a man or a woman, they have to meet the same high standards. And Senator, in any place where those things have been eroded or in courses, criteria have been changed in order to meet quotas, racial quotas or gender quotas, that is putting a focus on something other than readiness, standards, meritocracy, and lethality. So
He was cooking. He was cooking that entire hearing. He was cooking. And people, they came at him hot. He was dodging like Ali in his prime. Good. Everybody saying the case was debunked. Absolutely. Case was debunked. It takes two to tango. The police report was conclusive. Hegseth didn't assault anybody. This woman, he was drinking. She came down. She was like, let me escort you to your room, blah, blah, blah. Garbage. Garbage. Iceman says, fake Indian. Talking about Elizabeth Warren. She's 75% Navajo. Oh, man. No, she's not. She's not. Anyways. Oh, man. Okay, so here is Scott Jennings also cooking about this hearing. I like Scott Jennings.
Well, in short, I think Pete Hegseth kicked their asses today. I mean, it wasn't even close. They didn't lay a glove on Hegseth. No mistakes, calm, cool, collected. I mean, before the thing even started, you had this like Code Pink, protester freak show trying to disrupt the hearing. That's the Democratic base, by the way, which probably explains why the Democrats on the committee acted in such a bizarre and unprofessional way. I was appalled at some of the way these senators handled themselves and some of the lines of questioning. I mean, Tim Kaine sounded like a sex pervert in his questioning of Pete Hegseth. Blumenthal, who lied about his service in Vietnam, questioning Hegseth's qualifications. You had Gillibrand, you had Warren, you had Hirono going on unhinged rants about things. Angus King obviously doesn't understand what it's like to fight terrorism. On and on and on. Hegseth was cool in the face of this unhinged questioning. They made him look good today. It would be difficult for a Republican to vote against Hegseth after the Democrats' unseemly mudslinging today. Appalled.
Agreed. Iceman says, I can lie on my application and say that I'm Indian. Yeah. Unfortunately, the Biden-Harris administration did not win. This is great news that they didn't win. But if they would have, you could have easily identified as whatever you want. Oh, I identify as an Indian. I identify as 75% Navajo. My mind says, let Bill Clinton be the judge. Bill Clinton being the judge of that woman that had those charges against Pete Hegseth. And, I don't mean to bash Miss Bash, but lately she's been looking like she's been malfunctioning, like she needs an iOS update, something. Just her facial expressions. If we mute this, her facial expressions are absolutely priceless. She's malfunctioning as she's on air, and it's kind of concerning. Ever since JD just absolutely smoked her, what was that, 3 months ago? But anyways, she needs an iOS update. Anyways. Oh, man. Okay, now we have Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly talking about this potential confirmation, and she was actually at the hearing. And here's what she had to say.
Murkowski and Collins, which now they're saying he might not. I don't think Pete Hegseth has trouble. I think he's going to get confirmed, and I don't think anybody touched him. And really, to me, the story of the day was how some of these Democrat senators embarrassed themselves trying to. I was humiliated for some. Why do the women always have to be so shitty? Why do the women have to be like these hysterical fools? Why can't they be more dignified? Like you could lay gloves on him. I mean, Tim Kaine was the worst. I should say that up front. The worst, the most disgusting, I should say. But he wasn't like an hysteric. Mazie Hirono is so dumb. I can't believe she's a U.S. senator. Kristen Gillibrand was like, women can be in combat. You've hurt our feelings. It was like, oh my God. You are undermining the very cause that I know you so desperately want to promote right now. So I was embarrassed for them. I was embarrassed for my sex and how they were behaving today. Then there was Slotkin, who's the newest Democrat over on the left side. And while her background sounded impressive, she'd been with the CIA and so on, she was so annoying. Oh, I know you've genuflected. Okay, you've done your genuflection to Donald Trump. Like, everyone was just, there's a way of doing cross-examination where you don't wind up the least likable between the person you're crossing and yourself. And obviously these people, most of them haven't done it. Like, you can tell the difference. You know, like, you see a Trey Gowdy cross-examination, you think he's the man. Like, that guy knows what he's doing. You see these people try to do it, you're like, are you trying to make me hate you?
They did. They looked kind of silly today. They did look kind of silly today. The just the accusations and the way that they were wording questions. It didn't come, at least out of the box looking in. It didn't look good. It wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look. Thomas says Pete is a good friend of hers from Fox News. Yes. Oh, I don't know. I don't know why the comments are repeating themselves. It's just you. I don't mind it, though. I don't mind it, Thomas. Next Monday can't. Gina says, I'm so excited for next Monday. This is huge. Huge news. Huge. This was a, what was this one? Oh, I don't even want to share this one. This is Tim Kaine. Here, I'll share it. I'll share it just to kind of give you guys the questions and the way that this guy worded things, Mr. Kaine.
I will allow your words to speak for themselves.
You're not retracting that today. That's good. I assume that in each of your weddings, you've pledged to be faithful to your wife. You've taken an oath to do that, haven't you?
Senator, as I've acknowledged to everyone in this committee, not a perfect person, not claiming to be.
But no, I just asked a simple question. You've taken an oath like you would take an oath to be Secretary of Defense in all of your weddings to be faithful to your wife. Is that correct?
I have failed in things in my life, and thankfully I'm redeemed by my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
In finalizing divorces.
The way that this guy was pressing him in situations like that, it was gross. It was gross. And there was a situation, I think it was Cotton. Cotton mentioned, you know, because they were pressing him about him drinking and things like that. And Cotton said, how many of you guys showed up drunk to vote on things? A lot of you. He was just making a point about people in the Senate, and they're not qualified. They're less qualified than Pete Hegseth to be on the Senate floor. This is funny. Why are we not talking about the Democrats from California? Exactly. Who had sex with a Chinese spy. Yeah, exactly. Kaine was so on Bill's nuts and yet acts like the guy's past makes him seem jealous in some way. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of these folks are jealous. Pete Hegseth's a good-looking guy. He's a good-looking guy. What do you expect? Guy's a good-looking guy, veteran, chiseled jaw. He looks good. Like, I think Kaine's jealous. It's been reported that upon learning the urinals are broken, Michelle Obama is not. I was just about to jump into that. Oh, man. So, great segue, Thomas.
Democrats used to say, when they go low, we go high. But those days are long gone, especially for Michelle Obama. After missing Jimmy Carter's funeral for a Hawaiian holiday vacation, Michelle is now skipping Trump's inauguration next week. She claims she had a scheduling conflict for Carter's funeral, but the inauguration's been on the books for years. She just doesn't want to go. Michelle's hanging Barack out to dry for the second high-profile political event within just a few weeks. Why are Barack and Michelle on such different pages? Barack can't convince his wife she has to do her duty and attend the inauguration. But she's an independent woman and she can do what she wants, I guess. I remember when it was unpatriotic to skip an inauguration.
Outgoing President Trump this morning was a no-show. The first outgoing president in modern times to skip his elected successor's inauguration.
He doesn't have the strength of character to attend the inauguration of the person who beat him.
He has very little respect for the noble traditions that have kept this country together.
This is how you don't do it, kids at home. This kind of sore loser send-off.
Well, the media and the Democrats are singing a different tune now that it's one of their own breaking the norms they claim to love so much. But the Obamas aren't the only ones going low. Kamala's taking a page out of Michelle's playbook and snubbing her own time-honored tradition, refusing to invite JD and his family to visit the VP residence before they move in on Inauguration Day.
Because they got to clean it up. Who knows what else they're going to find.
The Vances have 3 young kids. They need to get a look inside before they move in. She's just going to leave them out in the cold. And page 6 has Kamala and Doug going property shopping. They're looking at a condo on the Upper West Side here in Manhattan. Meanwhile, in D.C., J6 committee members are talking to the White House about preemptive pardons in Biden's final days. Surely.
Tom said it best. Urinals are broken. Michelle Obama can't attend the inauguration. Rosser says, Pete displayed the next level composure, unwavering, and what you expect from a military official. I agree. Great showing today for Pete Hegseth. Clinton did it in office and lied. Yep. You guys remember that, the Monica Lewinsky situation. But she's saying it's not relevant, right? Because it's one of their own. One of their own did it. It's okay. With the cigar and all this other stuff. It's okay because Slick Willie did it, right? Oh, man. Is Michelle going to spend it with Macron's wife, an ex-teacher? Yikes. Yikes. Oh, man. Every time I think about Macron's wife, I think of E.T. I don't know where that meme came from, but I think E.T. in the wig. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Yep, here it is, right here. Let's see if I can. Here we go. Right here, Macron's wife. Doesn't that look like Macron's wife? Oh, man. There was a good clip, actually. I think it was from the Babylon Bee regarding cleaning out Joe Biden's desk. This wasn't on the docket, but I'm gonna jump into it. Here we go.
Let's see. Spoon.
Let's see if I can get this large right here.
Spoon. Lighter. Baggy.
Oh, I bet this is from Bring Your Kid to Work Day. My name's Nick Peterson, and I'm the White House's Director of Transfer of Power. It's a fancy title for someone who cleans out the president's desk. It's usually a boring job, tossing notepads, old calendars, things a normal commander-in-chief would use at his desk. Joe Biden's desk, however, was like cleaning out the prop closet for the Naked Gun. Running a country for dummies. Mint condition. More of that at the beach and less James Patterson, and I wouldn't be cleaning out the desk. The worst part? I guess the worst part was scrubbing dried ice cream out of the carpet underneath. I'm not complaining though. I had to clean up after Bill Clinton's term, so. There's a painting underneath here. Signed by Hunter and purchased by his dad at an inflated rate, no doubt. Quite the artist, the con type, but an artist nonetheless. Between you and me, I thought I was going to be doing this a lot sooner. I figured Kamala was going to pull the old security cameras are down trick and serve him up a scoop of death by chocolate. Oh, look. America's checkbook is empty. Fun fact, the president's chair is usually cleaned up and then moved to a museum or showroom of sorts. Biden's chair was deemed a health hazard, simply for the fact that it had seen more blowouts than an episode of Jersey Shore. Looks like he recently carved, for a good time, Call Harris. Must have been right after he got Tanya Hardinged. When Joe Biden started in politics, Elvis Presley was still alive. We had just landed on the moon a few years prior. If he had gotten a second term, they were going to rename this place the Oval Hospice. I think that's everything, just the letter opener. Industry secret. When discarding dangerous objects, it's best to dispose of them properly and not just leave them for the Taliban. Let's see. Spoon, lighter.
Oh man. Okay, so we got Michelle not attending the inauguration. Oh, here's where we left off. Okay, Scott Jennings talking about the situation in California, not releasing funds, potentially not releasing funds until they get their ish together.
House, I have to say, has said today that he would like to condition aid to California.
Yes.
Condition aid to California.
Of
course.
course.
You are okay with conditioning aid.
I said it. I
to
said
people who are
it the night of
dealing
this.
with
The night that
fires
this started. I said on your show there ought to be conditions on aid because
so the next
obviously
time Florida or Louisiana is dealing with a
That's why I
hurricane,
mentioned Katrina.
you want that aid to be conditional upon Washington dictating policy decisions in those states?
I want it to be conditional on knowing whether or not the state of California, in this case, is going to enact local policy decisions on forest management, on water resources management,
Well, let me ask
so
you-
that it
what's wrong
doesn't
with that?
happen
I mean,
again.
what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Let me ask that. Okay. If the Democratic-controlled House decided, you know what, in Florida, they really should not be building those houses on the water. Climate change is happening. That aid that we give you is going to be conditional upon you preventing the building of anything along in all those areas that are prone to hurricanes. You would be okay with that?
If you could pass that through the United States Congress, more power to you. but-
I'm just
but
asking.
you're not.
Hold on.
I'm the lawyer here. We have rules like that all the time. You have to build Coney Island in Brooklyn. If you're going to build something, it's got to be built in a certain way. So you're going to get the money. It's got to be built. So it's
But a
hard.
blank-
Arthur, thank you. So Arthur is pointing out that is very much something that Congress could do. Would you be okay with that?
I am not for a blank check to a state that has clearly failed and doesn't know how to manage fires. I would like to see a partnership between the state and Washington so that whatever money is being spent. Look, I don't live in California.
So now we're talking about a partnership.
But if you want us to send you billions upon billions of dollars, we need to have some assurances that you're not going to flush it the way you maybe have flushed it previously.
Exactly. Flushed a bunch of money for homelessness on his 20-year plan, on his 5-year plan for homelessness on his 20th year. Still, nothing happens. Homelessness is worse. They have an application in San Francisco to identify human feces. That's how bad San Francisco is. What's up, Jarvis? Gina says she's still laughing. Oh, man. It's crazy to me. All right. Meanwhile, in California, we mentioned this on the live this morning. Thomas mentioned it on the live. They're closing more stores. They closed In and Out, and now more stores like Walgreens are being closed.
No, we need this. This is the closest pharmacy.
Remember, it was only 2 months ago when a car rammed into the front entrance of this location. Construction crews at the time said it was an unsuccessful attempt at breaking into the ATM and part of a concerning trend in the Bay Area.
It's disheartening
to say the least, yeah.
In a statement, Walgreens called the closures necessary and said increased regulatory and reimbursement pressures are weighing on our ability to cover the costs associated with rent, staffing, and supply needs. Although the company made no mention of crime or shoplifting as the reason, neighbors say they see it all the time.
I mean, I get it. I've seen horrible things happen in here. Like people stealing things, just coming in with bags and just going into their bag. I've seen kids, I've seen homeless people doing it, I've seen people that seem like they don't need to be doing it.
The Potrero Hill location is the same one, tied to a major Walgreens crime spree over the span of several months last year, which resulted in the arrests of 8 suspects, some as young as 12 years old. San Francisco police said the group is accused of committing 23 thefts over 4 months, stealing more than $84,000 in Walgreens merchandise.
Everything's locked up over there. Terry's mentioning the video from previously. Yes, collateral of some sort. Hey, we're going to give you the money. Let's work together. Let's make sure that this stuff gets done right. This is crazy. This particular story right here regarding Walgreens closing in areas where some of these, this is like the only pharmacy in some of these areas. And everything is locked up. Deodorant, a $4 stick of deodorant's locked. Well, deodorant's like $6 now. But $6 deodorant's locked up. Everything's locked up because of the theft, because of the crime. People are robbing in and outs. People are robbing grocery stores. Because it doesn't matter. As long as you steal things that are under $1,000, you're okay. Oh, yeah. The high-speed rail system. I was looking at the map earlier today regarding where the fires are, where the fires are. They're still not contained, by the way. I believe another fire broke out last night. It's almost been a week since California has been engulfed in flames. I'm looking at the map and I'm seeing, oh, wow, this is exactly where the high-speed rail system is going. Great point, Thomas. As a Walgreens employee, this pisses me off. Yep. Yeah. So Walgreens is closing in these areas. People, are they going to get displaced from their job? What's going to be the scenario here, Stacy says, did you notice Ukraine pins? Yeah, I did. I don't know if you guys caught any of that, but some of those individuals had those pins on today. Thomas says, or Gina says, oh, Lady Speed Stick is $1.25. I didn't know that. Well, now I know. I'm sure it was locked up also at this Walgreens. Thomas says, Macy's, Saks Fifth Avenue, and other vendors left Union Square, which is an elite shopping area in the city. Yep. Also, Neiman Marcus remains in the area as a major vendor. That's crazy. All these big box vendors are leaving these areas because of theft and crime. I know there have been some stories also with small box vendors, mom and pop shops, the t-shirt shops and things like that have closed down too. Stacey said, the world is imploding and the deep state is digging in. They are giving more pardons away. Joe Biden signed something today he didn't even know where to sign. Jarvis says, last year Newsom bragged he had $20 billion in surplus, then pushed it and help, and he suddenly lost $20 billion. Yep. Sounds like a consistent theme. Kamala Harris is in debt too. It's crazy. Smart city in the making. Terry says, oh, so all those Walgreens individuals are going to be jobless. Wow. That's sad. That is sad. Okay, what is this one? I'm just going to see if I can. What other? So Neiman Marcus closed up too, I think. Yeah, that's what Tom said. It's crazy. California is going down the tanka. Vote blue, you get screwed. And I believe at least some of these celebrities like Khloe Kardashian came out and talked about Karen Bass's mismanagement and things like that. And she was getting some major backlash also. The problem is that the city is losing tax revenue by the truckload. Yep. Absolutely. Well, man, what a crazy sideshow, freak show this was with the Pete Hegseth situation today. Crazy. Anyways, I am going to jump off here. I'll be back in the morning. I like doing these or these afternoon ones. So I'll be back 10 a.m. PST. So 11, 12, 1 EST. But I wanted to give a huge shout out to the moderators in the chat. Some of the best moderators in the biz. And then huge hand clap to everybody that attended the chat, the live chat. And if you are catching this on the replay, type in replay in the comment section and let me know what you thought of the Pete Hegseth situation today. And Michelle Obama missing, she's going to miss the inauguration because urinals are not going to be working. So Michelle cannot use the restroom. That was a good one, Thomas. Oh, man. I'm going to jump on out of here. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me. Drop your comments down below. Smash the like button, and I will catch you guys in the morning. Chat soon.